Hey there, it's your trusty guitar buddy Ed from Gitaarmannen, the podcast, otherwise known as Guitar Man, the podcast in English. Today, a special episode. I'm your guide at the Guitar Summit 2023 in Mannheim, Germany. Join me as we explore the hottest stands and the coolest guitars, this time for all our international listeners in English. So tune up your guitar, crank your amp to 11, let's dive right in. I'm here at the Algam booth with Dan from Ashdown.
Hi.
Dan, can you tell me something about the Ashdown amps?
Absolutely. We're here today at Guitar Summit in wonderful Mannheim. The year is 2023. We have a lovely little array of new products at the show. This year we're showcasing the new LB30 Little Bastard, which is a 30-watt all-tube.
Great name.
Thank you. Inspired by the late great James Dean. He had a Porsche 550 Spider that was nicknamed Little Bastard after him. He was nicknamed Little Bastard by the director on set, and it was just a little bit of we love cars, and that inspiration of every product aesthetically has always come from the automotive industry, and for us the Little Bastard was a homage to that classic car. And with this, it's a 30-watt all-tube bass amp with a built-in load. It doesn't need to be connected to a speaker cabinet to work, and we've also partnered with the wonderful people at Two Notes Technology and embedded the first torpedo into a bass amplifier specifically. So it's Two Notes torpedo embedded, so you have the 6 presets, but also the option to emulate countless cabinets via the wonderful torpedo software that's available via the Two Notes company.
You can use the nice headphones.
Absolutely.
The Ashdown headphones. Great.
Also use the headphones in conjunction with this. Which the headphones was a bit of a departure. Back in 2017, we launched Meters Music as a separate division to Ashdown to diversify into consumer electronics a little bit more. And here at the show, we're demonstrating the Meters Novu 1 headphones, a simple 50mm wired dynamic headphone. Flat response, closed back, 64 ohms for console use, a 3-meter extension cable, replaceable cable. And the idea was to offer a nice, lightweight, transparent headphone to accompany our amplifiers, but also to be used in an audio application. And again, the Little Bastard 30 watts all tube. And again, partnered with the wonderful Novu 1 headphones at the show because it is a silent show. We're not allowed to make noise here unless we go into the basement where there's big rig. But up here it's quite nice. It's a strange show for me because normally it's always loud. We're shouting to get attention. You lose your voice. But really there's less fatigue. There you don't have the exhaustion of a loud show, so it's quite a nice opportunity to catch up with people and actually have a conversation.
To really talk.
Absolutely. And again, here at the show we have a very new special guest, which is a new pedal that we're launching in the next couple of coming months. Which is a signature pedal that we've developed with the wonderful James Lomenzo of Megadeth. And it's the new Mega Drive pedal that we've developed with James. It's a unique take on a distortion pedal with bass and frequencies as they are. It's nice to be able to kind of tailor that. So we've built in 2 specific filters. So you've got a low pass and a high pass filter that you can basically sit and sweep the distortion. So
what you want to have.
Where you want it to sit within the mix.
Okay.
So this pedal developed with James. It's the latest rendition. We did a previous version called the Hyperdrive. Back in the day, it was a slightly bigger pedal. And now with James playing bass full-time with Megadeth, James wanted to do a pedal, and it's quite a nice opportunity for us to work with an old friend. James has used our amps for the past 20 plus years. 27 years, I think.
So he knows them inside and out.
Absolutely. So for us, it's just an extension of our family with James. So really excited for this. Check out more information on it very soon. And it will be available via all good retailers in the coming months, in time for Christmas.
Important people, in time for Christmas.
And then we have the Geezer Butler Signature Pre-DI pedal, which is a wonderful unit. It's the pedal of doom, a transformer isolated DI output, 2 switchable EQs with an assignable drive to either one of those. So in theory, you've got 4 independent tones that you can get from one preamp pedal.
Oh, wow.
9 volt to 18 volt power supply, so it doesn't need to be specific center pin negative. It's got an 80 milliamp draw, so again, it doesn't require a lot to get some incredible options out of a very versatile bass pedal. And another new pedal that, again, launching in the coming months is the Ashdown Pro DI.
What is pro about this DI?
The transformer isolated DI output on it for itself. The transformer that we're using is to our own specification, hand wound in Poland, and it's a wonderful little transformer, and the DI as well. Transparency is important within bass. You need to be able to get through to get a clear signal. And with this, we've taken our 5-band EQ that we use in our original series and within the Rootmaster range as well, and developed it into a pedal form with all the bells and whistles that you could want from a Pro DI. So you have the options of a headphone output for silent use. You have the options to plug in a line input with its own mix control, so you can set a level accordingly. So if you're having to learn a session, or if you're live and you play a keyboard that you want something to run through for your own personal mix that you've got control over, you can. A link output to link out to an independent amplifier without using the post EQ DI. It'll be in most good retailers, and should be shipping in November.
So start saving for Christmas, folks. Ashdown, thank you very much, Dan.
It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you. And enjoy the show.
I will. I'm here to stand at Electro-Harmonix. Can you please tell me something about the new pedals you have?
Sure, thanks for coming by. This is our brand new Pico line. As you can see, they are a lot of familiar Electro-Harmonix names. We've shrunk them down into tiny little pocket-sized chassis. So instead of the Oceans 11, you have the Oceans 3. You have a tiny Canyon. We have 2 new entirely new effects. This one is called the Rerun. It's a tape delay. These are all digital, but this one sounds like an analog tape delay.
Okay.
Here's a distortion overdrive called the Triborough, named after the Triborough Bridge in New York City that goes to Manhattan, Queens.
And how does that translate to distortion?
Well, let's just say you can blend 3 tones.
Okay.
Why not?
Why not? Why not? Yeah.
And of course, the Freeze is a really well-known Electro-Harmonix product. Yep. Again, just shrunken down. The Pitchfork, the Pico Pog is really popular right now, I think in part because there's the addition of a tone knob. So there's even a little more flexibility with that one. Platform and the Attack Decay. So yeah, we released 7 new pedals.
7 new pedals.
Night. And these were released last week or last month. So So we've got 9 pedals right now in this line.
So they are on sale now. People can buy them everywhere.
Well, they'll be shipping out this week.
Okay, thank you very much. Is it twice as big? I'm here at Duesenberg, and you have a very special guitar. Tell me something about it.
Yeah, well, this is our 2023 extra model. It's the Duesenberg Paloma in a James Bond edition to celebrate the 75th anniversary of James Bond movies.
Well,
so this guitar, as you can tell, it's very special.
Does it have 007 string tension? Or?
I wish. No, it's our standard gauge. It's 10 to 50.
Okay.
Duesenberg standard gauge, Duesenberg strings. You have your extra twang. Well, so as you can see, there are a lot of Easter eggs on it. The knobs, they have 007 engravings.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
And on the back, there are all the James Bond movies.
All the James Bond movies.
In the last 75 years.
Wow.
So this one especially is number 13 of 75. It's limited to 75 pieces worldwide. We like to work with artists together. So we thought about, well, who's gonna James Bond in music? Well, we got contacted with David Arnold, who's the composer of a few James Bond songs you might know.
Yeah.
He worked with Chris Cornell. He got introduced into Duesenberg by Chris Cornell in Paris while working on a James Bond song. And this guitar comes with a signature of David Arnold. It comes with a case compartment. You can look it up on our website. It has special picks hidden inside the case and a lot of goodies. So if you're a fan and you like it, I mean, it's just great playing guitar, or you can hang it up on the wall.
But it's because it's a limited edition, it's not cheap.
Well, it ain't cheap. It's 8,200 euros.
8,200 euros.
Well,
okay.
It depends on the dealer, but you can find your local dealer at duesenberg.com.
But if you are a spy, you know your way around to get that money. I'm here at the Guitar Summit at the Dunlop booth. Can you tell me something about the new picks?
Absolutely. So this is the Book of Picks.
The Book of Picks, ladies and gentlemen.
We're looking at picks that have been around from the 50s. So we're talking decades of guitar picks.
Decades of picks.
Nylon, Gator Grip, Delrin, Lexan materials, the Tortex.
We all know them.
Everything there. One of the key examples of, I think, great design and really understanding what players are is Hetfield. James is one of the very first ones that was looking for a very sharp tip pick that could go on with his style of rhythm playing. And that derived, or the next series derived actually from the study of the Black Fang, became the White Fang. Tortex Flow is a tip with slightly different sides, slightly different shoulders, as they call it, and also in size, slightly different. That's because players, they go on in studying how they play, and if we just keep it to the standard pick, that will always work.
Yeah.
But if you are more into finesse or into the minutiae of playing, then a new type of pick gives you even a new way of playing. Yeah. So picks are the key actually to playing.
To improve yourself playing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And trying it. What I always find hard is I'm used to like the yellow Tortex.
Absolutely.
And
73.
And when I go to a music shop and I go to the checkout and I see this big box with all these picks, I'm like, okay, I want to buy something, but what should I buy? How do you go about making those decisions as a player? How do you know which pick might be the next pick in your guitar quest?
Well, basically, by knowing that Tortex sounds like that and Ultex sounds like that, you know that there is a difference between the material and what it would sound like. The another thing is, are you someone that strums really tight, so with a tight pulse, or is it softer? And with a different approach of playing, you need a pick that fits that. Some picks you lose while playing and others stay in your hand.
In your hand, yeah.
I cannot decide that for you. That's why we make all those picks, because everybody is really slightly a different player.
Yeah, so you have to try.
You have to try it. Now, the good news is, it is an affordable try, and personally, just by this small demonstration of the difference in materials, by getting a player pack, you know, we do these variety packs, 12 different picks in one pack. I'm not trying to sell you anything, just get one and try 12 times playing the same thing, and then you will hear, it's almost like an EQ.
Hear and feel.
Yes, hear and feel. Hear, feel, hear now.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
Sorry. I'm here at the Dunlop booth at the Guitar Summit, and we're going to talk about strings.
Yes.
There are new things going on in the string world.
Absolutely. One of the things is called the Guitar Summit, but we've just launched the Hybrid Bass series. And actually, the first one that we ever made was the Trivium set. Now, the The guys at Trivium have been with us on strings since the very beginning, and next year that will be 20 years. So we've built the entire factory from scratch. This isn't someone else producing our strings. We produce, in fact, strings based on what the artist wants. This is not, hey, can we make a set and then ask to put your name on it?
No.
No way. Because artists have their own way of playing, and if the string doesn't really do what they are looking for, then why would they use the string?
Yeah.
And so one of the things that was going on is the modern guitars, the modern bass players, especially bass players, they want that nickel, deep tone, but they want something of that finesse and the clarity.
Brightness.
Bright, yeah.
Attack, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, when you say brightness, then for a bass, that might not be what you're looking for.
No.
But if it's clarity and it sounds like a different word, but what I'm saying is it's a finesse, it's a little detail. And what we did here is we hybrid, so it's a mix between nickel wrap and a steel wrap.
Okay.
The outer one is the nickel. So you keep your fundamental low end while you have the crisp clarity of the tone.
Wow. Amazing.
It is.
And is it already in the shops?
It's available since this month. Absolutely.
Cool. I'm here at the Guitar Summit with Massimo Varini.
Massimo Varini, yes.
Oh, I like the Italian language. Can you tell me something about the moment you first discovered the guitar?
So, it was when I saw on TV the first video clip of Start Me Up of Rolling Stones. It was May in 1982, and I decided to become a guitar player. My mother was a little bit worried because I was looking at Keith Richards, and so she was worried.
Yeah.
But in that moment, the spark started.
There was the spark. And when did you get your first guitar?
So my first guitar was when I was in the hospital, and it's used in Italy when you go home from the hospital to get a gift.
Oh yeah.
And the gift wasn't a gift, was a guitar, but was borrowed from a friend.
Okay.
So after some months, I have to give back the guitar to this friend, but was the idea to start to play something. Then the video of Start Me Up appeared, and so I decided to play a guitar, and I bought an Echo.
An Echo.
Echo guitar.
We will get back to Echo later.
Yeah.
Where did you grew up in Italy? In what part?
The city is called Carpi, is in Modena province, is in the north, is a land famous for the motors. So Ferrari, Maserati, Lamborghini, balsamic vinegar, tortellini, or Parmesan cheese.
It's quite a rich region.
Yeah.
So how was it growing up there, playing the guitar? Was it easy to get in bands, get gigs? How did it go?
Yeah, it was easy because we have a lot of very famous Italian artists that grew in that area. So very famous that are not famous outside Italy, but there was a great, the feeling was good. It was easy to find a place for rehearsals, to find that the drummer or the bass player. I played in 6 bands, and every night I had rehearsals. So it was great.
That was easy.
It was easy.
Okay.
Not easy to find gigs. You have to play always cover, never original music, or 6 cover and 1 original song, etc. But easy to find a place to play.
Eventually, you ended up playing with Laura Pausini, amongst others, and Eros Ramazzotti. How did you come in contact with those big Italian stars?
So I started to play with a young guy that he became very famous. His name is Nek, N-E-K, with a song called Laura Non C'è, Laura Non Sta. Laura Non Sta is in Spain. So we started together when we were very young. I was 21, he was 20. And we have first small success, and then during this process that it took 6 years, I started to play for other small artists until I met Biagio Antonacci. He's very famous in Italy, and he is also the author for the songs that Laura Pausini is singing all over the world. So years after year, I started to play with Biagio Antonacci, and it's easy to understand for the producer. Oh, he is a young guy, he's 23 years old, but he's playing in tour with a big artist. So it could be a great idea to have a young guy with fresh ideas.
Yeah.
And I started to work with great artists. I was lucky.
And not without result, because you told me you have 4 Grammys at home.
Yeah.
Tell me something about that.
So I started with Laura Pausini in 2001, and I played for her 5 or 6 albums. And in this case, Italian artist sings in Italian for all the markets except for the markets that are in Spanish. So Spain and almost all the South America except for the Brazil.
Yeah.
And so he won after a couple of years, she won the Latin Grammy, the first Latin Grammy, 2 years after the second and the third, and on the third Grammy he won also the best singing performing album. And so I played more than 80% of the guitars in those albums, and so I got the paper,
the Grammy certificate.
It's very exciting. It's very exciting.
I can understand.
And
That's
not easy to get.
Is that something you dreamt about, being a kid in the north of Italy?
Yeah, I dream a lot of things, okay, but was incredible because I said, okay, I'm almost there. The best is, and the winner is. But I didn't get this phrase in the sentence, but it was great for me.
Yeah, great. Let's talk about Echo guitars, because you have been playing them since you were a little kid.
Yeah.
Can you tell me something about your partnership with Echo guitars?
So Echo started in 1959 with a special idea to have not expensive guitars, okay? So to make it short, and it was easy for me in 1982 to find a guitar not expensive to start, and it was an Echo, because Echo is an Italian brand, very easy to find a guitar in Italy, also because it's easy to think about, is an Italian guitar, if I have a problem, I can find the parts for the guitar. And so I started with Echo, but 20 years after, I started to be in contact with the brand. They asked me to have like a signature model.
Yeah.
But I said, okay, the most expensive guitar that you are selling is 180 euro. I'm a professionist. What I can do with this guitar? So the idea was to build a guitar that was good for my students, because I teach guitar since many years. I made 21 books. I have 27,000 students on my online school.
Whoa!
Yeah, there's a
27,000.
Yes. I'm very happy. I love them. I met them when I do in tour in Italy. And so the first guitar was called Mia, that in Italian means mine. Was the first guitar. It costs double the standard price for Echo, like 350 euro, and was a success because the vision of the guitar was the body was not an acoustic guitar, okay, very lightweighted, easy to play also for girls.
Yeah.
And with a microphone inside together with the piezo. And so after a couple of years, the Mia was the 30% of the total income of Echo. And the CEO asked me to take care of all the brand. So the first thing was the vision for the brand. And I had my idea, and we made like more than 100 guitars, models, electric, acoustic, and classical. And it's like for a kid to say, hey, invent a toy.
Yeah. Just invent the guitar you want to play yourself.
Yeah. With the same vision, to have guitar not expensive, perfect for who wants to start to play, and dreaming to have a guitar that is good enough to play on stage. So we are growing with series until, in Italy we have guitar until 1,800 euro. So not in all over the Europe, but we are quite happy how the brand is growing.
And how is the future looking for Echo guitars?
So the idea is to move step by step to higher level guitars. So this is the Vinos, is the last one, is a good compromise between price and quality. Often I go together with Roberto Fontanot, our master luthier in China, to find the best wood or parts or pickup that we can find in that price range to keep the price lower with the best price quality ratio.
Yeah.
And it's my job to find, like in some cases, like more stable the fretboard and with a low C profile, and so to have a stable neck and with a material that doesn't cost a lot, such as a good rosewood, and stuff like that. I personally think about each part of the guitar.
It's a big quest to find that, I think. It's
it's made an expensive guitar is easier.
Yeah.
It's easier.
Yeah, to make something from scarce products.
Yeah.
And is there sometimes a model that doesn't work out the way you thought it would be, and then it doesn't go into production?
My formula is like we know how much it costs and how much it has to be sold. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the manager that told me this guitar costs blah. We have to sell the list. The price is this. Okay. I played the guitar. I said, okay. So sometimes, and a few times, it happened that the guitar. No, because I didn't think that the feeling was in the same price range of the price, and so we took that guitar in apart.
And that's pretty. I think that can happen pretty late in the whole process of designing the guitar. Just before going into production.
When you have the last sample,
the prototype,
that is approved. Okay, this is approved. They made all the cost. Example, 6 guitar in a box. That the weight is this. The shipment cost this. Blah 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 blah. And in the end, sometimes I must say, no, it's too expensive.
Yeah. Very nice guitars. Especially, I saw the acoustic guitar earlier on with the bolted neck.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You don't see that on acoustic guitars. The Ranger
was the great idea of Oliviero Pigini, that was the founder in 1959, and in a book from Robert Taylor of Taylor Guitar, he wrote, I had the idea to use screws after I saw an Echo, Robert Taylor.
Yeah.
Because this process made that every neck, such as an electric guitar neck, can fit in a body. This make the cost very lower.
Yeah, because it's standard.
You have not the dovetail.
Yeah.
You have a neck, and this neck works only with that body. All the necks want in all the bodies.
Yeah.
And also the sound is different. You have a little bit more attack, but it's not better. It's just like a taste. You think, for me it's better this kind of wood, blah blah blah. But in this case, it was the original idea, and this is a vintage ratio of the 1963. It's called Ranger VR, and also the idea was to have the bridge, the saddle of an acoustic guitar with 2 Allen key. You can adjust
the height.
Action. The action. You adjust the action of the guitar, such as an electric.
It's very easy.
Very easy. Yeah. You unscrew the neck, you put something under the neck, like in an old Strat, and you adjust the tilt.
Wow. Let's talk about you for a moment. What are your guitar plans for the near future? Are you still playing?
Yeah, always.
Always playing.
And yesterday night at midnight, I came home from an Italian tour in the shops to present my songs and my guitars. So, and I published the last year 6 songs on Spotify, etc. in electric.
Yeah.
And I continue to work with artists, and then I love to write songs. I wrote almost all the songs, famous song from Neck, and I produced. So I have my studio. I love to arrange my songs electric or acoustic.
Yeah.
I'm doing a small tour with an accordion. So the guitar meet accordion with an orchestra, 12 strings. So it would be fun. I'm always on the run.
Always playing. Final question. What if you could go back in time to your younger self? What would be the tip you would give yourself?
Have a good posture when you play.
Oh yeah?
Because after some years I have some problem with my neck, with my back.
Yeah.
Because probably I didn't go to a teacher, and so nobody told me don't use like this.
Yeah.
To my students is the first idea. Don't use muscle because you don't need strength to play guitar. It's just agility. But not so. Stay relaxed. Move only the hand. Stay 2 positions, but the posture is very important for relax your body, your breath.
Yeah.
This is the suggestion to myself some years ago.
Massimo Varini, thank you very much.
Thank you. Ciao.
Nice. Hi, live. It's always very strange to talk by yourself to a camera. Like, why am I doing this? Hi, welcome from the Guitar Summit. Ed here. Day 2 of the Guitar Summit, and I've seen a lot yesterday. I've talked to a lot of interesting people, and today I've talked to Vox, the amplifiers. I've talked to G7, the capos. The capos I always use and never lose. And a lot more, so stay tuned here live. It's not live. I'm here at the Guitar Summit Day 2. I'm here with Derek from Revv Amps and Pedals. Derek, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Can you tell me something about your nice brand, Revv?
Okay, so mainly we sell caps and t-shirts. This is our primary business, but every now and then we build high gain amplifiers.
The side hustle.
Yes, exactly. First, shirts and hats.
Yeah.
Second, high gain amplifiers. Sometimes stomp boxes and pedals.
Excellent. I like it. Is this the flagship?
Yes, so this is the Generator 120. It is our flagship. It is what a lot of our pedals are based off of. It's a 4-channel, 120-watt amp, built-in reactive load box, IR loading from 2 notes. If you're familiar with the Torpedo Captor, that's the Captor X built into there. So you got a clean channel, crunch channel, rhythm high gain, which is a really tight high gain channel, and then a little bit looser high gain channel for leads.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of choices.
Yes.
But you also have smaller amps.
Yes.
Also with a lot of choices, or is it a little bit more compact?
It's a little more compact. So we've got 2 models in our what we call lunchbox amplifiers. We've got a G20 and a D20. The G20 is based off of this big head. It's got the clean channel, and then it's also got that purple high gain channel. And we also have the D20, which is just a single channel clean pedal platform amplifier. So that's really great for if you like to use a lot of pedals and get your drives from pedals. That's the best for that.
And also, do they have a headphone out so you can practice in silence?
Yes, headphone out, reactive load box, torpedo embedded technology, so you can load either 2 notes Dyne IRs, or you can load third-party IRs if you have your favorite Owen Hammer or something like that you want to use.
So you can crush it on stage and go loud?
Yes.
Or go loud on your headphones and blow up your own ears?
Yes. It's great if you live in an apartment, or like I've got small kids, so I'm not allowed to play guitar when they're awake. So that's how I play at night. Is either one of these little guys with headphones or the big guy with headphones as well. So
All right.
Yeah.
We will check it out online. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm here at the Guitar Summit at the Vox booth, and next to me is the endorsing artist of Vox, Draco.
Hi.
Welcome in the podcast, or on YouTube, or wherever we are at this moment.
Thank you very much.
We most definitely are in front of one of the greatest guitar players of all time, Mr. Brian May.
Exactly.
Can you tell me something about what you guys are doing here at Vox?
Yes, this time around, this Guitar Summit, we have the special Brian May attraction because we built or started building these little MV50 amps.
Great.
They called it like toaster amps or lunchbox. Not lunchbox, is a little bigger, but yeah, these were the YouTube amps. And now we have a Signature model, which is modeled after the sound that Brian wanted. There's a nice endorsing video of him playing that amp. And he was kind enough to sign a little cabinet and the amp himself, which is right up there.
Yeah, we can see it.
We can see it, and it's beautiful. And we love it that he gave us one for the Guitar Summit exclusively. And we said, yeah, but we are Vox amps and we have a lot of amps.
Yeah.
So we want to give it to the people.
That is nice.
So the nice people of Guitar Summit can come by and participate in a kind of little competition, because we have a 3x3 AC30 wall. Just like Brian May had on stage.
Is that like
night.
the exact amount of AC30s he always had on stage?
Yes, 3x3. He's always had the three, and of course he jumped them all the channels and blew them up, and played so many arenas around the world with Queen and all.
As you do, as a guitar player in Queen.
As you do, and you are kind of forced to reenact, to recreate this feeling of being Sir Brian May. When you take the red special guitar we have, jump in front of that wall, take a picture, give us your rock star pose, and that is how you can win this amp.
Oh, that is great.
Yeah.
That is great. Am I going to participate? That's the question.
Oh, you will.
Oh,
I'll make you.
Okay, stay tuned. I'm here at the Guitar Summit at the Harley Benton booth with Benedict. And just when I walked in here at day 2 of the Guitar Summit, I received on one of the videos I posted from day 1 on YouTube, I received a comment by Buzz. He said, is there any news from Harley Benton, especially about the Pro Strats? And as we say in Holland, u vraagt, wij draaien. Here I am. Benedict, can you tell me something about the Pro Strats? You're holding one, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the Harley Benton ST Modern Pro. Will be released next quarter. It's next quarter.
Time flies.
First quarter 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cool thing I think is about the neck, because we have a compound radius on that one, spokes wheel adjustment, then stainless steel frets, and as you can see, the frets are amazing with the rounded edges, so the neck is silky smooth. As you can see, it's a left-hand version, so we'll definitely offer them for lefties as well. And yeah, if we check out the back, we got locking tuners, and the necks are not too shabby, if you ask me.
Oh, wow. It has a kind of depth.
Yeah, it got a ton of depth in it, and it's a flame-baked matte neck, so quite sturdy. And another major feature about this one is the Babbage bridge.
Okay. And what can you tell me about the bridge?
Rollers, so intonation and tuning stability is amazing. Then we got HSS Tesla pickup configurations, and by the way, the bridge pickup is splittable.
Splittable, so you can go from a humbucker to a single coil and back again.
And all the nice sounds in between.
Then I love them.
And
can you tell me something about the price range?
Not really. I can just give you a sort of thing where it's probably going to end up. It's probably going to end up in the 300-400-ish. Just right around there. But I can't promise anything yet.
Okay. Great guitar. Thank you very much, Benedict, for the
Anytime.
For the talk. I'm here at the Guitar Summit at the Face MI stand, and next to me is Remco.
Hello.
Remco, can you tell me something about the new products?
We have a couple of new products. Let's start with Walrus Audio. Walrus Audio has brought out the slower. It's the bigger version of the slow. The slur is an ambient reverb, basically normal reverb with a lot of extras. And the slur has even more extras. It has 3 presets. It has a new function where you can set the reverb on narrow, wide, or even wider. So if you, especially with the headphones, if you listen to it, it goes poof, poof, poof.
Oh, like
bigger.
a very big stereo image.
Yeah, and 3 more types of reverb. So they normally had a dark and an ambient, and now there's, can't remember which one exactly, but there's more.
There's more, and more is always better.
Yeah, and to make it more, it's also stereo. Because there's more and more guitar players playing stereo again. Then we have, of course, Beatronics. Beatronics is, we all know the great zombie. But they also have smaller pedals. That's the Baby series.
Little zombie.
Yeah. It looks like this.
Yeah.
So it's, even their PCB boards are beautiful. The coolest thing actually that I think we have this year is from a Crazy Tube Circuit. It's called the Sidekick. It's a pedal for people who don't have a really big pedal board. So it's a reverb, it's a delay, and it's a modulation.
Yeah.
And it's all based on effects from the 80s. So the reverb is based on on an old Elasis reverb.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And all the rest is from a company called Boss. You ever heard of them?
Boss. Yeah, Boss. We will look it up.
Yeah. Boss made a really cool Dimension chorus thing. They did, of course, the chorus ensemble in the 80s. And he did a BF2 flanger, which is not a traditional flanger, but it's all in this unit. And then the delays are also based on tape echo delays from the 80s and a digital delay from, so you can switch between tape echo or digital delay.
Wow, so it's a 3-in-1 effect pedal, but in the effects there's also
it's a small pedal, as you can see.
We'll cut it in now. Yeah.
And it has 2 buttons, and then with an extra XXF buttons you can switch on the modulation on and off. So it's the normal pedal is reverb with modulation or delay with modulation, or you switch the modulation off. Then you have an extra external knob or switch to switch all 3 on and off.
And everything is on sale right now, or do we have to wait?
Everything is available.
Okay, so go to your...
everything is launched and...
So go to your premium reseller and get those pedals.
You should.
Thank you. Gitaarmannen, the podcast. Welcome. This episode today, I have a special guest. We are on the Guitar Summit here in Mannheim, Deutschland. And I have the honor to have Tim Teel here from Martin Guitars, head chief of design, if I'm informed correctly. Let's talk a bit about the artist signature models, because you are involved with with that process. How does that go? What is the point in an artist's career that they are eligible for a Martin signature guitar? Because me myself, I own the Eric Clapton signature.
Sure.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It sounds great, and I can understand Eric Clapton having a signature Martin. What are the standards?
It does vary from artist to artist, of course, and Martin being a premium company, we're looking for premium artists, obviously. We do have a lot of artist ambassadors that we support, but they don't have their signature model. So signature models are sort of rare, and reserved for people who are at the top of their genre, We recently did a Brooke Ligertwood guitar, and that's more of a contemporary Christian singer-songwriter. And it was interesting working with her, because she had a very specific thoughts around, the size and kind of how she plays. So she came in for a visit. We had a great meeting with her. And we did offer up some of the features we're doing on Modern Deluxe, which she really liked.
Yeah.
So the two came together.
And it's a symbiosis of the two worlds.
And it came to be a very nice model. John Mayer, as you mentioned before.
Yeah.
He's been under the Martin brand for 20 years now.
20 years.
It's crazy, right?
How time flies. Yeah.
So I remember working on the very first model we did with him, and he really liked that border around the bridge, right? So as we're talking with him to try to figure out, like, okay, this is your 20th anniversary, how do you want to make it special? And one of the features that he really wanted to explore further is that silver color border around the pickguard and the fingerboard and the bridge, obviously. And we've upgraded that material from just an aluminum to a fine silver, so it won't tarnish. And it looks amazing. The guitar came out very well for the OM 45 John Mayer 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
And then he also wanted to do something, with the OMJM, because the OMJM has been in our line for 20 years. And he's like, let's make that special too. So, that has the same aesthetic qualities to it without the cumbersome inlays, the time-consuming inlays. And it's going to be a great guitar as well.
It's only going to be produced for 1 year, right? That's
correct, yeah.
That's the exclusive part of
That's right.
of the guitar.
Yeah. So we don't have we talked about, do we want to do a number, like a limited number? And there wasn't anything like that worked that would make sense. So it was his suggestion, actually, that we let it run for 1 year, and that would be the anniversary year.
And how does that process go of building that guitar?
Yeah.
I can imagine you guys in the factory and the offices being all busy with that and emailing back and forth with John Mayer or with his management. How does it go?
We have typically one point of contact with the artist. And in this case, it was our VP of product, who is Fred Green. He's had a long-standing relationship with John. So he was the main contact, and then we would, based off of those conversations, put together some samples, get those off.
Yeah.
And,
So it's a direct line.
Yes,
to the signature artist.
That's correct. And then, for other artists, we do have an artist relation team. So that's 2 folks. And then they typically, Rory Glass, he'll work with artists in general.
Yeah.
And, we have many things in the pipeline right now. But
can you tell a little bit? Like a little tease?
I wish I could. I can tell you that there is one artist who bought a Martin guitar from a widow in California, and the guitar is like a 0045, and it's it's very beautiful guitar. It's never left the state of California, and he really would like to do an edition with that.
Oh wow!
And so under very strict guidelines, his friend is bringing it to us next week, and we're going to do like an edition of, for him, but also make it more of an authentic piece. Yeah, so that should be fun.
So the guitar will be brought over next week, and then your guys
we start our process.
Oh yeah, then it's okay. How does this guitar look? Will it be torn apart?
No.
But how do you know then how it's built?
So we measure.
Cameras.
We measure. Yeah, we have tools where we can measure the thickness of the top in different areas, and it works off of a magnet. And then we also have a digitizing tool for the neck, so we're able to scan the neck and get the exact shape, so we can figure out how to do that.
Yeah, amazing process. I can imagine.
Pretty cool.
You cannot tell which artist it.
You'll find out.
Find out. Okay.
You'll find out. You'll be like, oh, I know who he's talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry. One thing I was wondering, when you have like an artist like Eric Clapton,
right?
What I'm so like mind blown about is that he plays his own signature model.
Yeah.
Like right from the shop, right?
Yeah.
He does not have he plays really the instruments that are sold in the in the shop.
It's not like we're doing anything special for him. Now he does have a guitar tech, right? So his guitar tech, I'm sure, sets the guitar up for him personally.
Yeah.
But it is literally the one you would pick off the shelf in the store. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I find that mind blowing. And how is the moment when you guys are all busy on this instrument and okay, we think it's done. Let's send it to John.
Right.
Does he come to the factory to play for the first time?
No.
That would be quite awkward. I had this whole thing in my head. He coming in, everyone's like, "Oh no, and John, how do you like it?" Yeah.
He has been to the factory many times, especially earlier in his career. And he has, we've sat down and, he's sampled many guitars, over time. But he's very detail oriented, and he knows what he likes. And as we go through the process, things kind of evolve as we go. And at the end of the day, 100% this guitar was, John Mayer's thoughts. And
I think I do not know him. I only know him from being a big fanboy for years. That he is very on the details.
Yes, yeah.
So I can imagine the process from going to the idea to the end product being a bumpy ride, maybe, or
I wouldn't say bumpy. I would say because I enjoy all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy any challenge, right? When it comes to guitar design, and so for me, it's just fascinating, because you present something. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I love this, but hey, can we think about changing these few things? And before you know it, it has evolved into something much different than what our thoughts were in the beginning.
And does the artist ever ask you a question and you're like, how are we going to make this happen?
No, that's up to us to worry about. So, they have the ideas, and it's up to us to get those ideas executed somehow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we got to know Martin a little bit better.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Tim.
Oh, you're very welcome. It was a pleasure having some time with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
likewise.
Everybody out there, thank you.
I'm here at the Guitar Summit 2023, and here at the boutique floor, I'm at Thimble Slide. This is Cole from Thimble Slides. Hello, Cole. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Can you tell me something about the Thimble Slide?
Sure. Now, the Thimble Slide is a mini guitar slide, and it's designed to go on the tip of your finger about halfway down the nails where you want to wear it. You can still bend your finger, but the most important thing it does is it allows you to still fret the strings. So you can actually still play the guitar like normal while you're wearing it. You can slide and go right back to playing. And I really mean that. You can do pull-offs, you can do hammer-ons, you can do sweeping techniques. I mean, you can actually still really play the guitar, This is the Maxim model, and this is my 4th year here, so we're doing great at the Guitar Summit.
Cool. Thank you very much, Cole.
Yeah.
I'm here at the Guitar Summit at the Dario booth with Oliver. Oliver, can you tell me something about the new products you have?
Yeah, absolutely. We are here with something that's on the market for a couple of years, NYXL, because it's a rock and roll show, so we want to adapt, of course. But we have also the new XS strings. Maybe
Great
you heard
strings.
about them? Yeah.
Actually, I use them. Yeah.
That helps, for me at least.
Yeah.
I can. NYXL we have here because it's our main electric string that is the premium product we have. It's made out of New York steel, that for the NY, it really means New York, which is an alloy that we created for these strings in particular. The XS are based on the same alloy. So the core is the same, but we had to create, of course, a different wound string.
Yeah.
All 6 strings are coated, which is very, very seldom. You usually don't find that. You usually have the wound strings coated, and the plain steels are just nickel.
Plain steel.
Exactly. So they're all 6 coated because we have 2 different systems. We have a film and a spray coating system. This is the number 1 we have at the moment in our in-house. So
Great.
The newest, and we believe the best.
That about wraps it up for the Guitar Summit 2023. I saw a lot of interesting things I wanted to buy, but hey, You cannot buy everything you see. Met a lot of interesting people. And I hope to be back next year. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, please give me a like, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below. And I'll see you in the next one.